Hey guys, hey now good morning here, midweek Wednesday, January 13th. A couple things guys. We're going to kind of take today to review the last 2 weeks, meaning review hurricanes, review tornadoes, give you assignments so that you can differentiate or tell the difference between the two, showing for your understanding there. And then as a little bonus, no science tomorrow for Thursday. And as you might know, we have no school at all on Friday. So today's going to be the last science assignment for this week. Please note. We're going to be reviewing here. Let's just get right into it here, okay? Want to review hurricanes. And again, I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures. And you can probably answer this question already because we reviewed it. But what do hurricanes need in order to form, right? That's a picture from outer space. You can probably tell all these pictures here what it needs. And you're right. Hurricanes have to have warm water and lots of warm water in order to form. Now, what hurricanes and tornadoes have in common is they both have those swirling winds. But if hurricanes don't have, I should say, if these warm swirling winds don't have warm water to fuel it, it's not going to form a hurricane. It's going to be swirling winds. The hurricane needs the swirling winds need the warm ocean water to soak up and to fuel it, and that's when a hurricane is formed. But that's why hurricanes form over water, especially here in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm talking like out the coast of Florida and the Caribbean and Mexico and things like that. They have to have all these things to form a hurricane, or it's not going to work. Yes, it still is dealing with the winds coming up and the warm air rising and then going out, and that's what causes that swirling thing. But without this warm ocean water, it wouldn't form. Now, tornadoes are different. Yes, tornadoes can form over water, but they don't need water to form. You see, tornadoes, the reason they mostly form over land is because that's where we have the warm front meeting the cold front, right? The cold air and the hot air. And you remember that hot air always rises and the cold air is trying to take its place. And that's what can form those swirling winds when warm air and cold air meet. And I'm talking like big fronts, weather fronts of warm air meeting big weather front of cold air. It forms these supercells, and that's again the reason it happens in these states. It's because warm air from down here comes up, cold air from down here comes down, and that's where they meet right here. And when those clash, the warm air tries to go up, the cold air tries to go down, and that's what can pull that funnels with those twisting winds of the warm air trying to go past the cold air, and just this mess, and it can create some pretty major storms, especially this ripping wind, which is literally the cloud coming down, and those winds are so fast, that's what actually causes all the damage down below there. And that's what gives it, of course, a swirling action as well. Notice though the flat land, that's what tornadoes like. Not saying again the tornado chooses that, but that is where the warm air and cold air can meet easily. A lot of times the warm air will hit a mountain range and it'll go up and then it'll get colder and it'll start snowing and it'll lose all of its fuel, all of its power, and then go on and kind of dispense and so on as it continues. But when it has this open flat land, the warm front can just keep going until it meets that cold front, and that's where it creates these big storms. That's why most of them happen again in these states right here with the big, huge areas of grassland. So your assignment is going to be a Venn diagram. It is not on fish and whales, but I want to review what a Venn diagram is. If you remember, this circle talks all about whales. This circle talks all about fish. I know we did Venn diagrams way back when in August, the beginning of science, but if you notice, this circle concentrates only on whales. They have live birth, they breathe air, and they have hair. Believe it or not, whales have hair. And they have air, they have lungs, that's why they're mammals. Fish This circle is dedicated to fish. Fish are not mammals. Fish are fish. They have scales. They lay eggs. They breathe water. Well, they don't breathe water. They breathe air in the water. But this is why those are on the opposite ends. This right here is only what fish have in common. This right here is only have whales, what whales have in common. And if you notice the interlocking circles, fish and whales, even though they're quite different, they do have certain things that are similar, that are the same. For instance, both whales and fish can swim. Both whales and fish live in the water. Don't go up the mountain to try to find them. You're not going to find them. Both of them have fins to help them swim. That's what they have in common. That's why it's in this middle section here that intersects. Well, your assignment is this. You have hurricanes on this side, tornadoes on this side. I have page 225 here. You can look back all the way to page 218 through 225 to help you out, but I want 2 facts in each section. 2 in the hurricane section, 2 in the tornado section. Remember, those are the things that are different. And then they also have things that are in common. And you have 1, 2 things to put in the middle here that they both share. That's your assignment for today, guys. Again, no science tomorrow. I want to wish you Lord's blessings to you as you praise your Savior.